Hi friends, it's Whitney. Nice to see all of you. Welcome to Wednesdays with Whitney. We are very casual and live today. It's been a crazy couple of weeks and I've really just been packed with people coming into the studio for Christmas things, and I recently, you might have seen that I just was in New York, so I was spending some really awesome time with a very dear friend of mine. So we've just been really busy here around the studio, and I can't be happier about that. We're doing a ton of professional headshots and some Christmas mini sessions that you might have seen. And so a lot of people ask me like, hey, is this your slow season? And I just sort of chuckle a little bit. And I'm like, no, not that. So we're still in the thick of it around here, but I wanted to take a moment to check in. It's at these times during the year that I reflect back on where I was at the beginning of 2017, and it's a little crazy. I feel so fortunate for what 2017 has brought me, and I wanted to take today to mention some of the women that have helped me along the way. So as a lot of you might know, I'm currently doing a fun little campaign nomination. So you guys can go online, and I'll make sure to post this, but you guys can go online and nominate a powerful woman in your life that has somehow impacted you and needs a little boost to know just how truly beautiful they are inside and out. So the Empowering Portrait Session campaign is really designed for those women who lift us up constantly and who deserve to be recognized for how much they give in our community. So I wanted to follow up on that theme and talk about the people who have really impacted me. Hi Kim, oh my gosh, you're watching from Switzerland. I love it, thank you. So I wanted to take a moment to talk to you guys about some of the things that have been happening behind the scenes here at Ivory House. A lot of what I hear from people, the feedback is like, oh, like you've grown this business overnight and you're so successful and things like that. And I just kind of I get a little crazy in the eyes, and I'm like, oh yeah, I mean, everything's great, but it's not overnight, and it's not easy, and I didn't do it alone. And I kind of want to bust that myth that it's just me around here, because that's totally not true. So I wanted to start by telling you guys about my team. So this is my team. This is our holiday card, which I will totally get sent out. Totally. I mean, I don't know. I hope so. So I made us a holiday card. So right here, so Miss Megan is 21. She goes to DMAC. She's studying photography, and she came to me as an intern last September, way back in the beginning when I was really just getting my bearings. And she was the girl that held my lighting equipment and showed up whenever I needed her. And then this, I think it was this summer, this June, this May, Megan, you'll have to tell me, I was in panic mode because I had so much work to do. And I was here till 11 every night and getting here at 6 a.m. every morning. And I was like, I need help. I need to hire someone. And that was really the first time that I was like, oh my gosh, how do I do this? How do I hire somebody? So I called Megan and I was like, hey, are you interested? I don't know exactly what I can pay you. I don't know what this looks like. And she jumped on wholeheartedly. So Megan's with me about 20 hours a week now, and we've reached her full capacity with being a full-time student. So we're actually looking at expanding and finding some other people. But she is solely responsible for keeping all of our images around here on track. So anything that I shoot, she's going through the images, she's picking out the best one, she's retouching them, and she's amazing. I couldn't do my work without her. So then there's also Miss Rachel right there. That lovely lady. So Rachel and I met midway through this year. Rachel's special talent is, first of all, being one of the most organized people I've ever met. And if you guys know me, I'm very much a big picture thinker, and I've got a lot of energy, and I'm really good with people, but the minutia I'm not good at that. And so Rachel really came on board she's overhauling my website little by little. And then she's also the reason that I now blog, because she told me I should blog. So we're blogging, and she's completely in charge of telling me what to do on a very regular basis. So she's kind of been told that she's my boss. She puts things on my calendar, and so she manages my social media schedule and really is helping me put some really awesome content out there. So those two women, these two lovely women, plus Winston, are who make up the Ivory House team, and those women have supported me wholeheartedly. Last night we went out to dinner at table 128, and I think we literally ate more than I can't even talk about it. I didn't eat breakfast this morning because that's how much we ate last night. So I'm forever grateful for their support. And if you see either of them out and about, feel free to say hello. If I photographed you, they know your face. So they frequently are like, oh, like I met so-and-so that I've seen you photograph out at yoga. And I'm like, yeah, that'll happen. So the next people that are on my list of empowering women would be, a lot of you might not know her if you're watching from my Des Moines family, but my bestie and mentor, Natalie Siniscali, so I'll take her. But something I hear very frequently is that people are like, oh, you came back and you built a business so quickly. And I don't see it that way at all, but only because I was working for somebody else for 4 years. So I worked for Natalie for 4 years. She owns her own photography studio. She's kicking ass in Rochester. And I was given so much opportunity to grow and learn and figure out how to build a business with somebody that when I came here, I had a good idea of what I wanted. And it's really due to her continued support that I have somebody that I can trust, and I know that we think the same way about business. And so I'm constantly calling her and vice versa to talk through how we grow together. So that's Miss Natalie. And then there's Miss Molly Hansen, which I'm sure a lot of you out there know. So Molly lived with me for 2017. She's recently moved out, but she's still on my big list of people that got me through 2017. So we had our morning coffees together, and we would talk through what our day looked like. And anytime I needed somebody to be like, hey, just get it done, she was my lady. And she's also in such a different world than I am. So she's the director of Iowa Rivers Revival and very much in the nonprofit sector. And so just being able to learn from her on a regular basis about how her world functions and seeing where we can cross over and benefit each other has been huge. So shout out to Miss Molly. I have a few more people on this list. So the other thing that happened that was really big in my life this year was a group called Fem City. And I know I talk about these ladies a lot, and that's because it came into my life at a time that I really, really needed a network. So Fem City is it's a networking community, but what I would say on top of that, it's a group of entrepreneurial, positive women in business, or women that want to support women in business. And I think what's been beautiful about that whole interaction is not only have I found clients there, but I found brand champions. And those of you who own your own small businesses know that our business doesn't grow unless we have ardent followers that really, really believe in what we do. And so there I was able to find Emily Steele and Sunny Schwarbeck, and you two have by and large been some of my two biggest brand enthusiasts, and like they're clients of mine, but they're also really, really good friends and the people that keep me on track. Emily and I are creating a joint adventure that we'll talk way more about at another time, but you're going to see some big things coming from Emily and I in 2018, and we're super excited to share that. And then Sunny, if you've ever met Sunny, you know that she is just, if she believes in you, then you feel like a warrior because you have Sunny behind you and you can do anything. So thank you, Sunny, for always, always, always showing up. She and I do community yoga at the studio together, and she leads this beautiful practice for the women in my life, and it's just, I look forward to that time with her and with my ladies all the time. So thank you, ladies. The other person that you guys probably all know, either in person or via social media, is Carla. I call her my #1 fan, and Carla's amazing. Like, she is one of the biggest cheerleaders that you could ever hope to have on her side, and her constant positivity has kept me going in times where I was like, I just want to take a nap. But Carla's out there, and I have to like keep it going for Carla. So we recently did a new fun shoot that I think she's going to be posting soon, so you'll hear more about that. And Carla will be on Wednesdays with Whitney with me super soon, so that we can talk about some of the exciting things she and I are working on together. The other person I wanted to mention is Miss Sarah Wilson. So Sarah Wilson is a leadership coach. She is my leadership coach, and she spoke at Leap. I think it was like 6 months ago now. So she was speaking at Leap, and I was being approached by some people for this type of work that, you know, they were wondering if I needed a coach, and I didn't know how to feel about that. And then I heard Sarah speak. And I knew before we'd even had a one-on-one conversation that somehow this person was going to be in my life and that she would likely be somebody that could help me reach higher. So Sarah and I have been working together for the past 4 or 5 months. And we've really been diving deep into what I want my life and my business and what direction I want to head in. These are things I think about all the time, but having someone specific in my life that is in charge of guiding that exploration has been really, really amazing. And just having her show up for me on a regular basis and knowing that I have somebody that I can be brutally honest about where my business is and where I am in that capacity has been invaluable. So, she's about to launch some really new adventures too. She's getting her own space at Mainframe, is going to go full-time as a leadership coach on her own. And if there are any people out there that are really looking to take their life and their leadership to the next level, I would highly recommend Miss Sarah, and you feel free to reach out to me if you think that might be interesting. So those are just some of the women that, and that's not even an exhaustive list. I made a list of like 30 names and then thought that this Facebook Live would go on for days. So thank you guys all for tuning in. If you have an empowering woman in your life that you really want to highlight and make feel amazing, you can nominate her. So I will put the link in this post, but you can nominate her for an empowerment portrait session. That is going to be an hour and a half with myself, and we're going to do the full thing. So like makeup's going to be provided, and I really want this experience to be something that this whoever wins never forgets. So if there's someone in your life who you really think needs this experience, then please, please, please nominate them. I will be selecting our winner on Christmas, so it would be like the ultimate Christmas gift. So thank you all so much. I will be back with you next Wednesday with the lovely Julie Ross, and we will be, I think we're broadcasting live from K Renee, so that'll be a fun episode as well. So thank you everybody, and I'll see you next week. Bye.